guys! Welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel. It's nice to meet you again. So for today's video guys, it is somehow formal because I will be doing a slideshow discussion. I know that all of you loves to view casual videos, but then again, this is an educational video. So please bear with me. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Module 2 Lesson 4 talks about the audiovisual material, specifically the world of audiovisual aids. Is this new to you? Well, probably for some people out there, this isn't new because they seem to have used this a lot of time. Alright, now let's proceed. What are audiovisual aids? According to Russell, Bookish, and Battle in the year 2011, audiovisual aids are devices used to encourage teaching learning process. It involves technology which makes learning easier and interesting. These are great tools for making teaching effective because it uses both sense of hearing and sight, considering it as the best dissemination of knowledge. What are the main objectives of using audiovisual aids? First, to increase the effectiveness of teaching. Audiovisual aids allow students to learn more new things with the help of advanced technology, especially in the class activities, assessments, research, and proposals. Second, to hold the attention of the learner. Lectures or demonstrations with the use of audiovisual aids captivates the focus of the students because both sense of hearing and sense of sight functions in making the learning process successfully done. Third, to supplement the spoken word. Students would understand a certain text with the support of audiovisual aids during discussions and presentations. Fourth, to develop concepts and extend appreciation. Students create new ideas based from what they have heard and see as an application of their learnings. Lastly, to save time. Teachers could maximize the time allocated for students to perform or comply the respective assessments between lessons being discussed, and with that, students will be able to enhance their productivity in class. In the learning process, 10% of what we gain is from reading, 20% is from what we hear, 30% from what we see. But if you notice, when both sense of hearing and sense of sight functions in one setting, 50% of what we hear and see retains in our minds. Therefore, if active involvement in learning is present, there is an increase in our retention level. Now, teaching aids, which includes audiovisual aids, play a significant role in education. Teaching aids uses all sense organs of the human body: the ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. These organs gather most of the information needed by individuals, especially in learning. It is also based on maxims of teaching, which refers to general ideas and methods of doing the work which prove helpful in the task. Teaching aids are also helpful in drawing attention of the students in class. It is a good motivating force, especially to those who find learning not that easy. These aids are also a good substitute of experience, which implies how a certain object or model influences an individual's maturity. These also provide clarity in the subject matter and helps in fixing up learning. It meets the individual differences requirements, which also facilitates quick comprehension and retention of the concepts or ideas presented by the teacher and the facilitators. Because of teaching aid, there is a healthy classroom interaction between teachers and students. Aside from that, teaching aids help in transferring of learning, or in other words, teaching is very effective since students learn and apply what they have learned in class. Another significance of teaching aid is it solves the problem of verbalism, which now students gain more confidence in expressing their thoughts and emotions to a certain topic. Because of this, there is a reduction of the use of meaningless words, but quicken the pace of learning and overcome possible hurdles a teacher would meet during class or a student would encounter in the class participation. Let's explore the characteristics and advantages of using teaching aids. Teaching aids are accurate, meaning all important key points are presented in any forms of teaching aids in which it is supported with legal basis and thorough research. It is simple and cheap. It also motivates the learners when it comes to application of learning. It is also characterized as meaningful and purposeful tool in education and even in future employment fields. Teaching aids may be improvised and large in size depending on the number of audiences a facilitator will cater. Those characteristics are clearly seen in the practical use of teaching aids. Now, here are some of the benefits we can get by using teaching aids, especially audio-visual aids. Teaching aids allows individuals easily comprehended. It also makes the learning process very interesting. It is cost-effective, meaning it brings a good value where the benefits and usage of these tools are worth at least what is paid for them. Aside from that, teaching aids provides availability of sources that can be remarkably used for other references in future presentations. Teaching aids are transportable, meaning anyone can use these tools anywhere and anytime according to their needs. It is also appropriate to a certain subject matter to widen up the main points being presented. Lastly, it promotes relevance to the application of knowledge to each field of study. On the other hand, audiovisual aids also have problems or limitations when it comes to usage. These aids may bring apathy to teachers wherein they feel they lack the interest in handling the class, which affects the performance of the students. So beware of too much using of these aids. Next, indifferences of students. Financial problems, which is very common, especially in our country. Absence of infrastructure, language barriers, and it cannot replace the teacher. Well, yes, simply because these aids are product of human intelligence. Sometimes the letters and symbols of these aids are illegible or unclear. Colors are misused which may cause headaches. It requires more time for planning and preparation. It also tempts the teachers to narrow down the subject. Another is some aids require fixation, electricity, and electrical sockets, and must be operated in a proper manner, and the operator should know its principles. See the difference? One must think first before deciding the frequency of using audiovisual aids in presentations. Well, now, let's continue with the classification of audiovisual aids. First, traditional type. This type includes audio aids, visual aids, and audio-visual aids. Audio aids involves the sense of hearing. Please notice the examples I have here. Radio, tape recorder, and mic. CDs, microphone, headphone, megaphone, and gramophone. Visual aids. These involves the sense of sight. So here are the examples. Chalkboard, bulletin board, posters, chart drawings, pictures, exhibits. We also have flashcards, flannel board, album, scrapbook, illustrated books, magnetic board. We have slides, graphs, maps, and models. We also have silent films, the OHP or the overhead projector, the magic lantern, photographs, epidioscope. Audiovisual aids. Audiovisual aids involves both sense of hearing and sense of sight. So here are the examples of audiovisual aids. Laptop computer, television, lectures, demonstrations. LCD, 3D animated pictures. We also have DVD, the VCD, and the films. Next type is type of projection. This type includes projected aids and non-projected aids. Projected aids refers to items to be observed and are projected on a screen using mechanical devices. These aids are found to be very effective because movement can be added to sound and hence a realistic experience can be provided. So here are the common examples. Silent motion pictures, film strips, magic lanterns. We also have the slide projection, micro projections, and opaque and overhead projector. Non-projected aids. These refer to visuals which are used without any projection. So, they translate abstract ideas into a more realistic format. They allow instruction to move from verbal presentation to a more concrete level. So here are the examples. Different types of boards, display materials, books and illustrations, photographs. We also have the posters, maps and graphs, models, specimen, charts. Based on motion or movement. This type includes static aids and also the dynamic aids. Static aids refers to visuals in text media. Here are the examples: charts, flashcards, slides. Dynamic aids. These refers to visuals with motion or animations. So here are some of the examples of dynamic aids. We have working models, motion pictures, television, computer. Based on dimension of object. This includes two-dimensional aids and three-dimensional aids. Two-dimensional aids are paper-based, opaque materials that are commonly found in the classrooms. These kind of materials do not need any special equipment for its use. So here are some common examples of two-dimensional aids. Charts, graphs, pictograph, maps. Three-dimensional aids. These are nearest to living experiences. These sides, such as models and mock-ups, are replies or reconstructions of the real thing. They are contrived experiences where reality is altered or simplified for teaching purposes. So here are the examples of three-dimensional aids. Specimen, objects, puppets, and globe. Next, based on size of media, the big media and little media. Here are the examples of big media: computer, television. For the little media, we have radio, film strips, graphics, audio cassettes. Next, based on the number of sense organs used. Unimodal. Only one type of sense is used. It is either sight or auditory. Examples are the audio aids and visual aids. Next is bimodal. Both senses, visual and auditory, are used. Examples are the audio visual aids. Next, classification of copy. We have electronic. This means a soft copy or something that cannot be touched. So here are the examples: overhead projector, slide projector, and computer. Next, non-electronic or something that is hard copy and can be touched. So the examples for this are books, handouts, chalk and board, mannequins, models, and flip charts. Let's proceed now to the steps in making audio-visual aids. First, planning. Know clearly the objectives of the presentation. Anticipate the problem. Anticipate the size of audience. Think about the quality of material. Appropriateness to the subject. Availability of facilities for its use. And manner which is to be used. Second, preparation. Select convenient and comfortable place seating arrangement. Making sure all equipment are in order. Prepare by rehearsing to make smooth presentations. Use simplified words to replace difficult phrases. Third, presentation. Motivate the audience. Stress key points they observe during presentation. Present aids in sequence at right moment. Display only one aid at a time. Remove all unrelated materials. Stand beside the aid, not in front. Fourth, evaluation. Discussion about the audio-visual aid's effectiveness. It gives the feedback about the lectures, demonstrates impact to audiences, what works well, and what could be improved in the presentation. Identification of instructional objectives, achievements. Let's proceed now to the principles. Principles of selection. They should suit the age level, grade level, and other characteristics of the learners. It should be interesting and motivating. They should be the true representatives of the real things. Principles of preparation. As far as possible, locally available materials should be used. The teachers should receive some training in the preparation of aids. Students may be associated in the preparation of aids. Principles of physical control or handling. Arrangement of keeping aids safely and also to facilitate their lending to the teachers for use. Principles of presentation. Teachers should carefully visualize the use of teaching aids before their actual presentation. They should fully familiar themselves with the use and manipulation of the aids. Adequate care should be taken to handle an aid in such a way as no damage is done it. Principle of response. Teachers guide the students to respond activity to the audio-visual stimuli. Principle of evaluation. Continuous evaluation is necessary. Next, audio-visual tips. Select the correct aid and be flexible. Prepare prior to instruction. Be familiar with the equipment and aid. Make sure students can see and hear. Check for effect on the class. Practice using different types of aids. Select appropriate audiovisual aid. Be objective. So those are the things needed to be discussed in this lesson. If you want to know more about the information I shared to all of you, please do visit the following links so you can review everything we tackled. I hope you learned a lot from today's discussion, guys. I can't wait to see your insights and comments down below.
please don't forget to subscribe and like this vlog. Enjoy your day!